Good morning, class 4. Once again, back to your computer class with Sandeep sir. Stay safe, stay at home, wear your masks. See, I'm wearing masks. I'm taking precaution. So always wear masks, wash your hand, use sanitizer to wash your hand. So with permission, and since in the room taking your class, and just with your permission, I'm taking out the masks. Last class, I have given a study material you all to go through the chapters. The first chapter, as you know, storage device or the memory and storage device which we have. Now, all over the world, the places you can see, whether it's in hospital, bank, railway station, airport, you think of any places, you need computer. You use computer. Even in your school, you have computer. Why? Why computer use all these places? It's because the memory power, the capacity of storing information, you and I, we cannot remember or store so much thing in our memory, but computer does. Computer can do. And this is the reason why each and every places we use computer. Without computer, nowadays we cannot think of it. So, see the chapter. Computer uses different storage of device for storing information. So, computer use different storage device to store information. As I told you, why bank use computer to store information? Why school use computer to store information? Storage devices are needed to store both raw data and programs. Now, raw data and programs. Storage device store raw data. What is raw data? Raw data are those data which is not complete yet, or the incomplete work. And programs which are complete work, which has been completed, then you can use that. Games. Games is a program. The computer games are programs which you can use to play at any time. This device differ in storage capacity, speed of access, duration of storage, mode of access, and cost. So if the memory power is more, it will be costly. If the memory power is less, it will be cheaper, depending upon you, how much you want to use. Suppose in railway station, they use supercomputer because they need bulk of information to be kept. But in school, we don't need so much. We use small computer, the desktop, and which is much cheaper than supercomputer. Now, computer has memory. You also have memory. That's why you remember Sandeep sir, won't you? Yes. So computer has memory. There are two types of memories are there in computer: primary memory, and secondary memory. Primary memory and secondary memory. How many memories are there? Two types of memory: primary memory and secondary memory. Now, primary memory. What is that? See. Primary memory is one of the most important part of the computer. It is also known as the main memory. It is accessed directly by the computer processor. So it is accessed directly by the computer processor. Whether the manufacturer, whether the user, they use directly. It has a high performance. It can be broadly classified into two. One is random access memory, the RAM. Another one is read-only memory, ROM. So primary memory is divided into two classes, RAM and ROM. RAM. RAM stands for random access memory, whereas ROM stands for read-only memory. RAM is a volatile in nature Volatile in nature. What does volatile in nature? It says that if you turn the chair page, you can able to see that it says RAM is a volatile in nature, that it is a memory for a short period of time, or short-term memory, like Gajni, short-term memory. You remember? It's short-term memory. So RAM is a volatile in nature, it's short-term memory. ROM is a non-volatile in nature. It can store for a long period of time. The memory of RAM can get erased automatically when the power is switched off. As you turn off the computer, from the memory, all the data from RAM is erased. Whereas in ROM, memory does not get erased even power is turned off. So in ROM, whatever the information are being inserted or put in there, it is not get erased. So as long it is there, even the power is off, it won't get erased. Next, RAM can be modified at any point of time. So you can modify RAM at any point of time, but the ROM cannot be modified easily. It takes difficult. It takes certain difficulties will come up to erase ROM. Now let me read out from the book. RAM stands from random access memory. It is also known as read or write memory. It is called random access because any storage location can be accessed directly by the processor. It is a short-term memory, as I told you. It's a volatile in nature. This memory is automatically erased when the power is turned off. The RAM is located inside the computer case on the motherboard. So the RAM is inserted in the motherboard inside the CPU. The information stored in RAM can be modified at any point of time. So whenever you want to change anything in RAM, the data can be modified. Whereas you come to ROM, the ROM stands for read-only memory. It is a long-term memory which is volatile in nature. What does volatile in nature? It means that it does not get erased. Volatile in nature, it stays for a long time and it cannot get erased easily. Though the computer is turned off, if you turn off the computer in RAM, the data get erased, but in ROM, the data will not get erased. The information can be only read from ROM and cannot be written onto ROM. So as the name suggests, read-only memory, so you can only read, you cannot able to write on it. So it does not permit you to write anything on it. The stored information constitute programs and instructions that are required to start a computer. So when we start the computer, what are the process we start? First, we turn on the power switch. Then we put on the UPS, CPU. As we put on the CPU, what happened? The CPU start running, and the data, the program inside the CPU, the memory inside the computer CPU start running. That is the way the ROM takes place. The action of ROM takes place there. The stored information constitute programs and instructions that are required to start a computer. There the ROM is running. There the ROM which doing its function. Last, the information stored can be modified with difficulty or not at all. Since ROM has been inserted or made by the manufacturer, they won't give you the access, the power to erase or modify anything. If you want to modify, you want to change, then you have to take their permission, which is not so easy. It takes difficulties. And so people does not want to do that, and no one able to change anything from there. So till here I'm ending the chapter. We'll continue in the next class about the types of ROM. But what we did today, let us revise. The memory of computer. There are two types of memory of computer, primary memory and the secondary memory. Today we learned about primary memory. Primary memory are of two types, RAM and ROM. RAM stands for random access memory. ROM stands for read-only memory. RAM is volatile in nature. That means it stays temporarily, whereas ROM is a non-volatile in nature, which stays for a longer period of time. Memory gets erased automatically when power is turned off, whereas in ROM, memory does not get erased even the power is turned off. RAM can be modified at any point of time. Whenever you want, you can modify. But in RAM, it's in RAM, you can modify at any point of time. But when you come to ROM, the read-only memory, ROM cannot be modified easily. ROM cannot be modified easily. So you will face difficulties. So children, just take out your book, the book which I have sent it, the text, go through that, prepare, and slowly I'm going to give out the assignment, answer them, learn the hard word from your chapter, get prepared, and hope very soon we'll meet again in the school. Thank you.